This place is a little busier than I thought. Oh, no, the atmosphere is nice. I like the ambience and the decor. I assumed that it would be less busy at this time, but it's a Saturday, so it's to be expected. I think our drinks are here.
Here is 1 cappuccino and 1 Earl Grey.
Thank you.
Are you ready to order?
Yes, we'll have the bruschetta for starters. And for the main, I'd like the, forgive me if I pronounce this incorrectly, the risotto salsiccia al barolo. And what about you?
Okay, so bruschetta for starters, 1 risotto salsiccia al barolo, and 1 penne alla siciliana. Would you like to order dessert now or wait until after?
We'll wait until after.
Perfect. I'll return soon with your starter. Enjoy your drinks.
Thank you. So, a couple more months. Until you graduate. Time's gone by so quickly. It feels like yesterday when I saw you for the first time. You were wide-eyed and curious. You're still wide-eyed and curious. Your first year was also my first year. I never thought I would be teaching in such a university at my age. I figured that people wouldn't take me seriously because I would be just a few years older than those who came immediately after college, and much younger than mature students. I almost didn't take the job at first. Because I felt like I had a lot of growing up to do. I had so much more to experience. I've spent most of my life locked up in a room of some sort with my head down. There were moments in my childhood where I could take a breather and see what I'd missed, but I was studying again before I knew it. Once my parents realized that I saw things differently and picked it up quickly, that's all they gave me. So I never went on school trips, never joined any clubs my parents saw as a waste of time. I did some rebellious things on occasion. Courtesy of my brother, actually. Sometimes he used to put the speakers on in my room to make it appear like I was still in there, and we'd sneak out. He had his own group of friends that I hung around with when we were together, because I didn't have my own. You could say that. I missed my childhood. I know I did. I realized it was spent becoming an adult and planning for the future way too early. I was convinced that the amount of work I did was leading towards something great. It was all I thought about because it was all my parents talked about. They made it seem like their legacy ended with me, like I was their only hope, being the best in the family, the golden child, being used as a piece to show me off to other family members and friends. I don't think I regret working so hard. I'm in a unique position, and I know that. But it also means others aren't familiar with it, and we both know what happens when people don't like something different. Right now, I'm doing this for me. I want to teach. I love teaching and learning. It's never one-sided with my classes. I end each day with something new, and it's a nice exchange of information. Like, the other day, I learnt what cap means. Obviously, I thought they were talking about a hat, you know, a sports cap. But apparently, it means lie. Wait, why are you laughing? I didn't think it was a word everyone knew. I'm, how would I use this? Not capping? Stop, you're making me laugh more. Shh, the waiter's coming, shh.
Alright, here is your bruschetta.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can get you?
No, that'll be all. Thank you.
Okay, enjoy.
This looks quite fancy. Shall we try it at the same time? You ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Wow, that's really good. The tomato isn't overpowering at all. I've had bruschetta before, but it's the store-bought type. This definitely tastes more authentic. Do you like it? They're very Moorish. I bet some people would be able to eat a lot of these. No, there's only so much I can take. And I don't want to fill myself up before the main course. Do you have any plans on how you're going to celebrate your graduation? Nothing with friends. Is everything between you and them okay? I'm glad they didn't abandon you completely during the whole ordeal. I'd hoped you'd have a safety net to fall back on after everything. Of course. I was worried about you the whole time. I remembered how listless you were during the first set of classes, and knowing that I did that to you almost broke me. Yet here we are, with this lovely bruschetta. If you want to do something together, I'm all for it. What I did? I graduated when I was 19, but I never really had a social life, so I spent my graduation with my family. Yes, it was nothing fancy. After the ceremony, I talked to some of the teachers and the students I shared classes with. What I studied didn't require group work, so it was easy to lose yourself to the assignment and keep your head down. But then after that, we went to Chinatown for a meal and came back home. I know some people like to go all out for their graduation. Parties, get-togethers and whatnot. If you want to spend graduation with your friends, you don't need my permission to do it. Besides, moving in with me is still on the table if you'd like to do so as a graduation present of sorts. If I didn't want you to, I wouldn't have suggested it. And I'm already thinking of ways we could rearrange the apartment. There's enough space for you. Of course. I spend most of my time thinking about it. I mean, you spend a lot of your time at mine already, but how different would it be for me to wake up with you every morning? Probably no different, you're right. But you wouldn't have to bring over a bag with your clothes anymore. You'd have your own drawers and space in the wardrobe. You've already claimed your side of the bed, but you can suggest some sheets that are your taste. Just because it's my apartment doesn't mean it shouldn't be shared. How much are you paying for your place right now? It'll be cheaper with me if we half the rent, so you have less to worry about. Yes, I'm sure. Why? Well, the good thing about London is that finding a job isn't too difficult, though it might not be what you originally wanted. I'm fine with paying as I have been until you get some work. I know. If you want to wait a little longer, all you need to do is say so. And if you don't want to move in with me, that's perfectly fine too. Just say it so that I know for sure, because I don't want to rush you. It's a huge decision. Okay? I'm happy to support you as your partner. That's the smile I like to see. There's no need to hide it now. You getting shy in public? It's nice. I look at everyone else in here, all the couples, and I think we blend in quite well. Don't you? Yes. And you look amazing as usual. Though you've got a little bit of bruschetta there. Wait, here. No, I don't blame you. It's delicious.
Sorry about the wait. Here is the penne, pardon my reach,
Professor!
and the
I
risotto.
got some questions.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Do you admit you preyed on a student?
What? No, that's not what
How do
happened.
you feel abusing your position
Excuse
of power?
me, ma'am. Do you have a table
Is
here?
it true you blackmailed the dean so she could shut down the petition?
I don't know what you're talking
the
about.
truth is that you have a victim from each year since you started. Isn't that correct?
That's absurd! I have nothing to hide, so whatever story you're trying to string together isn't going to work.
Ma'am, you're disturbing the customers.
I'm
Could
the
you
one
please?
disturbing customers.
I
You're
think it's time
serving
for us to
a
leave.
vile piece of
I'm sorry,
shit.
You can
but I'm
take
going
out
to have
something
to ask you
instead.
to go
Running
back to your
away?
seat, or
You fucking perv!
sir, are you okay?
I'm fine. Thank you. I apologize for the disturbance.
No, it wasn't your fault at all. Is there anything I can get you?
No, thank you very much, but I think we'll just go. That should cover the appetizer and main courses. And a tip for you.
Listen, I can tell my boss it wasn't you who started
Thank you
it.
again. The meal was lovely.
Sir!
Yes, we had to leave. Everyone heard it. Whether the rumors are true or not, do you really think we would have been able to eat in peace after that? I don't want any of those judgmental looks from strangers who'd rather gossip than keep to themselves. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. And they were recording. By morning, everyone's going to be talking about it. Once it's posted on social media, that's it. No more defense. I don't know what they were talking about, but it doesn't matter. Because that's what people are like. You say something without proof, without any sort of evidence, and if anyone has ever had a doubt or feeling about you, they'll lap it up and spit it out like they knew it all along. That's what's been happening and what will continue happening. I tried to make it better. You don't have long left, I know, but I'm starting to wonder if that's even going to make a difference. Because when you leave, that's it. You're free of your classmates. I will continue teaching in the same place. It was a dream I'd never considered until I was standing there. And I don't want to lose it, but I also don't want to lose you. I don't want people to see me like I see her. I know I've said I don't care about what others think, but sometimes a big enough mob with a certain vision can ruin someone. And quite frankly, I don't want people randomly coming up to me wanting to throw drinks in my face. How would I change that? How do I change their minds, or at least lessen their anger? No, they want to see punishment. They want to see me broken down and defeated because if they don't, they'll do it themselves. There's only so much I can take. Yeah, I need to change. Let's go back to mine. Did you order the food? Good. I needed the shower, but it only distracted me for a little while. I can't help but think about what happened at the restaurant. It was just surprising. She looked familiar. I must have seen her around the campus, but I've never talked to her. So to see that anger in her eyes, and for her to feel like I needed to be accosted in public like that. Who knows how many other people feel the same? You want me to be honest? I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I can't look at a student for too long, or those watching me might think there's something sinister behind my stare. I fear talking to the students for too long because it might spark more rumors. And as much as the dean is supportive, that doesn't stop the demand of people online wanting me to either be fired or to resign. I can't help but have a look. I told myself I wouldn't give in, but I was curious. It looks like their hatred has escalated. And who knows what the video will do, seeing us having dinner. It's innocent, isn't it? What were we doing wrong? Just because you're a student of mine? If I was several years older, I would understand, but our age gap is only 3 years. That's almost as if I had dinner with Luca. Would they still be as angry? Sure, I have more authority at university, but I never abused it. Not to get you. I didn't force you like they probably think. Even if we explain it, some of them won't believe us. They'll think you've been convinced by me to agree with whatever I say. No matter what, there will always be people who twist the truth to suit their agenda, and they'll willingly stay blind to the truth if it means they can spew more hate. That's just how it is. I don't know what to do. Speaking up will make it worse. Doing nothing will make it worse. Actions speak louder than words, so my choices are... well, the only choice I can think of is... resigning. They've wanted it from the beginning. There'll no longer be pressure on the university to terminate me, and I can look for a teaching position elsewhere if I'm lucky. Well, do you have any other ideas? What? Breaking up isn't going to do much. Because you're almost finished. That's not a problem to them. The problem is that I'm going to remain a professor there, and in the new year there'll be students fresh from college who are seen as my new victims. Don't you understand? To their eyes, I will always be a threat. Even if I get my license revoked, I will still be an alleged threat in day-to-day life. I can't win here unless I move country or something. But even then, the accusations are online, and once something's posted on the internet, it stays there forever. How am I supposed to combat that? I want to believe we can get through this together. I do. I'm not one to give up, but I feel like I have no other choice. I do love you very much. Yes, I also love my job. So you see my predicament here. We've had ups and downs, sure, but this is something completely different. I can't pretend it never happened because I won't be allowed to forget. They'll make sure to remind me every day, from their looks or their whispers. I'm not as strong as you think I am. I try to look that way in front of everyone to show they can't break me. And I do it in front of you to not make you worry. As if you haven't. We're all like that. It's in our nature. I can look after myself just fine, but every person has their limit. I can only take that for so long. Maybe it's time to resign or transfer. We've been together for a while now, to the point where I know what I feel for you isn't some fling or curiosity. In my bones, I know it's love, the strongest I think I've felt. Losing you, that would break me. You're the only one I have left. I don't know who to call friend ever since Luca told me about staff signing the petition. How many of them considered me a friend and stabbed me in the back anyway? There's no one I can trust anymore. Besides the Dean and Luca, who are nice company, I'll admit. You're the one that matters most. And that's all I care about right now. I'm glad you think that of me too. Truly. I don't want to make the same mistake I made before. Deciding for both of us isn't going to do us any favors, so I want to know what you think. Maybe one step at a time is best. I tell that to my students when they're too stressed and they have tunnel vision. I think it's good if we postpone any thoughts of you moving in. And we shouldn't talk about it until at least after your graduation. As for my teaching post, I need to have a talk with the dean about potential prospects. She's been wonderful since the beginning, and I know she'll continue defending our relationship. But when she's put in a precarious position that could jeopardize her career, she'll be forced to back down, and I wouldn't blame her for it. And I have a feeling it's only going to be a matter of time until the board will start putting pressure on her. I'll step down when it's time. I don't think I'd be able to teach in a toxic environment, no matter how much I want to keep my job. I don't see any other way where I could stay at the university with no consequences. But if I left, I could focus more on my PhD and finish that first before going to teach somewhere else. Maybe I could travel, too. I've spent so much of my life studying and reading through text after text that I've never really looked at what the world has to offer. I know I'm just trying to look on the bright side of things if I had to walk that path. This is life. It can be unfair, but it happens. There's more to life than teaching. You're right. I do love it. More than I thought I would. But I'm still young. I can find other passions. And maybe I could teach again in the future. You never know. Right, one step at a time. So, today's step would be dinner and a movie. That I can do. Ah, the driver's on their way. I'm going to clean the bathroom real quick, okay? Okay. I love you. Choose a movie. It's completely up to you. And I won't complain, I swear. The look you have is scaring me. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.